Hey guys, LeroyBoy18 here, and today I'm going to bring you a tutorial on how to snipe in Arma 2/DayZ. Mainly I'm going to show you how to range find with the scopes you get on the standard American mil-dot scopes, the German chevron scopes, and even the British mil-dots. Alright, let's go ahead and get started and cut to the chase. By the way, I do have announcements after the video, so stay tuned. What I have here is the M24 rifle. It is probably one of my favorite rifles in the game, just because of its power and its ease of use. Now, the way that we can find out how far a target is we line up our horizontal part of our scope, horizontal line in our scope with his feet. And then we measure about how many mil dots high he is. He's about my apologies. He's about 3 mil dots high. So, we want to take the target's height and multiply it by 1000. Now, most targets in DayZ/Arma 2 are about 1.8 meters high. There has been some speculation saying that they're a bit taller, about 1.96, but I've had some pretty good luck with 1.8, 1.85. But for ease of calculation and just to show you the math, I'm going to use 1.8 today. So we measure how many mil dots high he is, which we got 3, and we take his height and multiply it by 1000, giving us 1800. Now all we got to do is take the 1800 and divide it by how many mil dots high he is. So 1800 divided by 3 is 600. Now we set our zeroing for 600, and this is where the bullet should hit. Now, since I am laying down and my target is standing up, there is a bit of an angle calculation, angle variation I have to do. But usually you would aim for a chest shot, because with this gun you can down an opponent in just about one shot if you make it an upper body shot. So let's line up the shot. Take your time with it. And it's a headshot. I'm not too happy with that. I was shaking a bit in real life. Let me retry that one more time. Oops. There we go. Much happier with that shot. Direct hit. Alright guys, the next scope I have for you is the German scopes, which are also known as PSO scopes. Now, they may be a bit different than what you've seen before, but I guarantee you that they're quite easy to read. Plus, on a rifle like the KSVK, which is an anti-material rifle with a 12.7 by 108 millimeter round, you can practically eradicate your target in one shot no matter where you hit them. Now, to read the scope, you need to use the graphic on the left hand side. You want to line up his feet with a very flat line. Basically run your cursor over until he fits in between the flat line and the curved line. We can see that this target is only about 500 meters out. Now, the way to read the chevrons in the middle of the scope is that the very top one is at 100 meters or less. Anything that's coming at you at 100 meters or less, 1 is quite stupid. 2, you just put the chevron on him, bam, he's out. The next one down is at 200 meters. Anything at 200 meters, between 100 and 200, that chevron will do it for you. The next one down is at 300, then 500, then 700, then 900. As we see, our target was 500 out, so we're going to put the 500 meter chevron on him. Now let me just do a little angle compensation. You see I'm not aiming right at his head. If I was aiming right at his head, I would miss because I am prone, he is standing up, and I am aiming for his head. If I wanted to aim for his kneecap, I would hit right on target probably. But because it's angle compensation and bullet drop, I need to aim a little bit lower because the way the German scopes work. Now, put it on his head. Take a deep breath in. and fire. As you can see, that was a chest shot, but like I said, with a rifle like this, you can practically eradicate your target in one shot no matter where you hit them at. Let me try that one more time for you guys. Much better. Basically, just play with the angles. Go into firing range like this. I'll leave a link in the description where you can download the firing range at. It's quite good to have, quite good to practice your sniping on. As you can tell, I'm a bit rusty. Haven't played Arma in a while. But, nevertheless, it's good to get practice in. Alright guys, just one quick thing to note is that on these German rifles, I'm using the AK-74 PSO. You can probably tell the left-hand side graphic is a bit different. Well, the reason being is because these assault rifles don't have as good of a range as the KSVK and the SVD, but you can still use them and get a very good reading. The way that you read these assault rifle scopes is the same exact way, but as you can tell, my distance is a bit different. I placed that target at 425 meters out, but you've seen how it lined up with a little second mark on the curved line, so I would use the second chevron. This is the same for the SVD and the KSVK. You will see the little marks on the curved line, and that's where you want to line up your chevrons. So I basically line up the shot. He's down. Alright folks, the next gun I have, or next scope I have I should say, is the ACOG. You've probably seen this before on assault rifles. In Call of Duty it's a lot different, yeah. I don't care nothing about Call of Duty really. Anyways, the way to read this scope is that on your vertical crosshair line, you'll see little horizontal marks on the very bottom half of it. You want to line these targets up with the shoulders of your target. And this basically becomes your new crosshair. You want to see the one that fits best. So as you can see, this one probably fits best. Yes, it fits best on a shoulder width. This one's a bit too small. So line it up. I'm not going to go for a headshot since the M16. It may be accurate, but one, I don't have the time or the patience to continue. But let's give him a chest shot. Why not? There you go. Now, they also indicate distances. The very top one on the crosshair is 100 meters out. The one below that is 200, 300, 400, and lastly 500 meters. Let's give him one more to down him. And he's out. Alright guys, lastly I want to show you how to use the British scopes. These scopes can be found on the AS50 as you see here, and the L115, A3, and A2. Now, I've read on multiple threads that this scope is bugged, and Bohemian Interactive knows about it, and because of that case, I have done a little calculation, and I think I have come up with a correction factor for it. Now, these scopes have two levels of zoom. You can press on your numpad plus and minus to zoom in or zoom out. You want to make sure your scope is zoomed in all the way before you start your calculations. To read his height and mil dots, what you want to do is you want to line up the very bottom with his feet. just like you would an American mil dot, and you want to measure his height. Now, I get about 2 there. Let's see one more time. Yes, about 2 mil dots high. Now, what we want to do is we want to set up a formula just like we would for an American mil dot system. 1.8 times 1000 gets us 1800, but instead of dividing directly by the number of mil dots high he is, we want to multiply the number of mil dots high he is times our new British correction factor. Our new British correction factor is 1.36. So we want to multiply 2 by 1.36. What do we get? We get 2.72. Now, 1800 divided by 2.72 gives us 661 meters out. Now, this number is close, but it's not correct. What you want to do with this number is you want to add another 20 meters to 25 meters. And that gives us about 675, 680. What we want to do is we want to set our scope to 600. Get it at 680. Let me adjust my mouse here. Get it about 680 right there. And we down him with a headshot. Thank you guys. I hope you learned something. Oh, channel announcements. I've been whitelisted on the DayZ RP server, hoping to get some footage soon. I play, of course, a sniper. Anyways, made some good friends, had some good times. I'll create an RP story and I'll get right on it on recording. Anyways, thanks again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to me. I'll bring you more.